Hi, welcome to Sociology recap videos for AQA GCSE Sociology. The purpose of these videos is to provide you with an in-depth revision resource that looks at all of the topics within the AQA GCSE Sociology spec. So, first things first, what is sociology? This is what we're going to be looking at in this video, and it really is one of the most important questions that we can cover, given that if we're going to be studying a subject, it's really important that we have a good grasp on what that subject actually involves. This video's particular focus will be on just that. What is sociology? We'll look at some of the basics and some of the key concepts that are covered in the topics of the GCSE spec. This video really does aim to be simply a brief primer or an introduction to sociology. This being so, obviously we're not going to go into that much depth on the individual topics. We'll be looking broadly at sociology as a concept. Future videos will look at specific concepts and theories in much more detail. So without further ado, let's crack on. As you can see, we've got a chap here pictured on the right. He is Auguste Comte, and he is one of the founders of sociology as a discipline. In fact, he's responsible for coining the term and for essentially creating the word sociology. He, with a few others, were responsible for bringing sociology as a discipline of science into existence. Now, Comte was alive between 1798 and 1857, so not thousands of years ago, but quite a long time ago. In fact, we're going to look at four people today who are sort of broadly considered the founding fathers of sociology. And though they are all dead, they are all from quite a while ago. But it is important to understand that whilst sociology's origins are in our history, it is in fact a living subject, it's a living science, it's alive today, and it's constantly being updated with new theories and new ideas. In each of our videos, we will have some keywords which we will focus on. The keywords will be essential for your revision, because obviously you need to understand what they mean, and it's the basis of sociology is understanding what the keywords are and then being able to apply them to the context that you're asked to look at. The three keywords that we have today are sociology. That is what we're looking at today. That is a subject that we're going to be learning about, and that is a subject that you are going to be doing. We have society. Society is the thing that sociologists study. We look at society, we look at how we impact it and how it impacts us. And the third key word today is theoretical. It is important to remember that lots of the theories that we look at in sociology are that. They are theoretical perspectives, they are theories on society. They're not cold, hard facts. Now, obviously, given that sociology is a science, a social science, but it's a science nonetheless, we do use research, we do use data, but it is the interpretations of that data that we're really interested in. When we look at a specific sociological theory or perspective, we don't just take it as rote fact, as gospel truth. We look at it and we consider the criticisms and evaluations that we can make of it. It's very important that you understand that when we're looking at sociological theories and perspectives, you are required to evaluate them for the GCSE paper. What actually is on the papers then? So there are two papers that you'll sit for AQA Sociology. Both papers are 1 hour and 45 minutes, and they will be set on different days. So the first paper is paper 1, which covers the sociology of families and the sociology of education. And paper 2 covers the sociology of crime and deviance and social stratification. Now, alongside these topics, you'll also be required to have an understanding of research methods. Research methods isn't on its own paper, it's interwoven throughout both papers. So you need to have an understanding of research methods, but also of those research methods in a specific context. You will be asked about a particular piece of research, you'll be given an item and asked to assess its value or its merit, or to comment on the findings of said piece of research relating specifically to one of the topics. Research methods is one of the more complicated topics, but having a good understanding of research methods will help you with both of your papers. So it's very important that you do spend some time studying in the first instance, and then of course revising your research methods. During the course of your GCSE Sociology, AQA requires you to look at 4 major sociological perspectives. We've got functionalism, we've got interactionism, we have Marxism, and we have feminism. And we'll be going into depth on what these are and some theory about these theoretical perspectives in future videos. I will also introduce some elements of the new right, which sort of feeds off functionalism, and also some postmodernist aspects. They're not a requirement of the GCSE spec, but I feel that giving you a broader exposure is more beneficial for your education. Following on from these theories, these are four of the, I would say, founding fathers of sociology. We've got Auguste Comte, who we mentioned previously. We've got Karl Marx, who was instrumental in the formation of Marxism as a sociological theory, and an economic theory as well. We have Emil Durkheim, who is another one of the really important seminal sociologists, who is responsible for with a few other people for founding the basis of functionalism. And then we've got Max Weber, who sort of expanded further on the works of Marx. He's not a Marxist himself, but he's responsible for adding a lot of contribution to sort of Weberian theory, expanded on Marx's ideas about authority, and sort of developed it a little bit further. These four are not obviously the only sociologists, but they are four of the most important and influential sociologists that you will study. Obviously, these aren't the only sociologists you're expected to be aware of. There are many others. I will link in the description a link to a Google Doc which has all of the sociological studies that are on the GCSE paper for you to cast your eyes over. They may not make much sense to you without context, but they are there for you as a revision resource once you've already covered the piece of research. And that should do us for this video, really. It was simply just a small introduction, just to introduce you to the context and the setup. Obviously, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below, or if I am your teacher, please feel free to come and find me in school.